Good morning guys, Les Bar of Bar Fitness and Nutrition. So today I want to discuss a topic which is relevant to everyone because it's applicable to everyone's individual lifestyles, and that is flexible dieting. I have touched on it before, but why not touch on it again? Just keep hammering it home because I'm a true believer in it, because it works and everyone around me knows it works because we all do the same principle. We follow the same principles because it is the most realistic and sustainable way of keeping to a calorie deficit if fat loss is your main goal, or a calorie surplus if muscle gain is your main goal. It works for everyone, and if you're not a professional athlete or a professional bodybuilder or a professional in some sort of sporting industry, it is the right way to go because it's the most realistic. So flexible dieting is based around eating whatever you want, as long as you are within targets that are pre-set out for you, depending on your goal, of course. Calorie surplus, which means that you're eating more food than the energy you're expending, which means you're either going to gain muscle or fat, whichever your goal is, I guess, or a calorie deficit, which means that you're eating less food than the energy you're expending. Now, these targets are made up of overall calories, and those calories are made up of macronutrient targets, so grams of fat, grams of protein, and grams of carbohydrates. It doesn't matter where you get these carbs, proteins, or fats from, as long as you get them from somewhere and you don't over exceed your target. So, for example, you could literally live off of chocolate and cake for your carbs and fats and protein powder for your protein if you wanted to. But it just makes it a lot more realistic to your lifestyle. So as long as you're tracking, or as long as you're following a plan that's set out for you which does all this for you, such as Bar Fitness, we basically take out the guesswork and we supply you with all of this information broke down into one. All you have to do is follow it and eat it, basically, and that's based around what you would typically want on a daily basis, which that's, you know, up to us to sort of converse. But it's sustainable, it's realistic, because you can still go out for a meal with your mates, because most of the things out there are now on calorie counting systems which can be found quite easily in just a simple search. So you can go out for Nando's, you can go out for a Chinese, you can live a normal life and still get results. You can still lose fat, you can still get shredded. And it's not some magical, mystical thing that's a con or a fad. It's just based on science, calories in versus calories out. At the end of the day, if you're in a calorie deficit and you're using more energy than what you're consuming, you're going to lose fat. It's really easy, you know. There's no complex things or magical, smoking mirrors going on. It's just simple. But flexible dieting, the premise of which is that it can be a sustainable lifestyle. You can say to yourself, well, I like crisps, I like popcorn, you know, on a Wednesday night, I like to sit in with the missus and we like to watch a movie and have a bit of a pig out. If that's what you like to do, you can still do that and still hold yourself accountable and still get results. That's the most beautiful thing about it. So, flexible dieting, however good it sounds, is still not for everyone. You know, there's some people out there that would hate the fact that they still have to weigh food, they still have to count calories, they've got to track this and the whole complexities of it to work out how many grams of macronutrients they need to be hitting to get the body they desire, can be quite overwhelming. So sometimes it is just better to have someone else do it for you. So that's why meal plans can be of an advantage to certain individuals, because the guesswork's taken out for you. You know, it's a convenience-based thing. So it's still all based around the same principles, but it's just based around what you like to do. All you've got to do is buy the food and eat it. So it's really that simple. But on the other side of the spectrum as well, although this way of attacking nutrition is really good and it's really realistic, you do still have to weigh up the pros and cons of how bioavailable a food group is to hit your carbs, to hit your proteins, and to hit your fats. And by bioavailability, I mean how well the body absorbs it and utilizes it. So, of course, there are dead calories, you know. There are things out there which aren't bioavailable. So they might have XYZ grams of protein in, but the body's not going to utilize all those grams of protein because it's not a very bioavailable source. But that's why this lifestyle actually turns you into a healthier individual in the long run. Because once you start to figure out, well, actually, I've got 300, 400 calories left. Yeah, I might be able to have 2 Cadbury Dairy Milks. Off the top of my head, I don't know exactly what calories they are. But I'm going to be quite hungry after that because my body's going to break it down really quickly. I'm going to have a spike in energy and then I'm going to crash after and crave more. Do I go the chocolate bar, or do I use those same calories and go for a healthier food group or a healthier source that's going to be broken down slightly slower and keep my energy levels up and make me feel better about myself? So in the long run, flexible dieting actually makes you a healthier person because you seem to make healthier choices. You seem to want to go the healthier food because you know in fact that it's going to get you your results quicker, and it's going to help you be more sustainable because of the fact that the energy release is a lot better, okay? So there are pros and cons to this lifestyle, but the good thing about it is you've got 2 elements. You can still enjoy your junk food and you still can enjoy a healthy lifestyle, but it blends together in one little thing which is called flexible dieting. Now, if you or you know anyone who would be interested in changing their nutrition, give me a shout, okay? It's free consultations, and of course I'm happy to help however I can. So guys, that's me out, Bar Fitness and Nutrition. I hope you enjoyed this little educational video, and of course I'll try to bring some more solid content to your screen shortly. Peace out.